So I've got this giant box here of homeschool stuff. I gotta go through it. It's time to get the homeschool reset. Halfway through the year, we like to go through, refresh it, all the things. So I'm gonna start with this mess here. Also, hi, hello. If you're new here, my name is Helena. I'm a homeschooling mom to 3 kiddos. Here on the channel, we talk about everything from homeschooling to homemaking, all the things in between. Clearly, talking about homeschooling today and how we're gonna reset it, or try to. Okay, we've got a full kitchen going on, but let me show you really quickly what the finished product was here. So I went ahead and just kept this. We were using this kind of crate tote thing when we moved, and it just had our core curriculum in it. And the idea was, here's where we were gonna put all of our school supplies so that it stayed in one place. Now, if you followed along on here, you know that we didn't really stick with that, and my daughter's math book somehow got lost in the move anyways. So we kept this crate though, and we kind of had, this is how we start our day. And these are our well, I'll just show you what's in it. So this first thing here is just, we have Moffat Girls Math. We have Moffat Girls Math for my 2 youngest, and so these are some of the math centers, and I just have some thrown in here that we're not doing this week. This is for my daughter, so that's just tossed in here. The next thing that's in the crate is this sensory menu that I made. There was, this was, I think it's a dinner menu, and it was editable. On Teachers Pay Teachers, and then so I just wrote over it sensory, and then here where the edit part I pick a sensory tool, and then I had laminated it, and then I added Velcro onto each square and put a couple of different sensory type items that my youngest son could choose from. So when we take a sensory break, I'm trying this out and letting him pick what he feels his body needs. So that's what that is. This next one here is his math. I've got, this is for my youngest son still. This is his Moffat Girls Math. And for now, just to finish out this section or this unit of it, I just went ahead and printed out the pages we need, and then I wrote on it what day of the week he needs to do it. And then we have all of his centers that are left for this unit here, because there's not that much that's left to do. And so I just kind of have his plan for the week written out on paper here, and then it just all stays in this folder. He's got 2 different kinds of handwriting without tears books going on, because he started one, found another one. We just use this for handwriting practice at this point. And so he can pick whichever book he wants to work out of and do a page or 2 when we're doing handwriting practice. The next thing is the usual, I have it all about reading, how I set it up. And so that's what's in here. This is for my youngest son. We are almost done with this all about reading, but it's his instruction, the centers or the activities, my instruction, and then the last book that he's reading. Another math book, same kind of concept. This one's my daughter's though, and I have her, some of her centers here. You saw I have some in a different baggie or page protector. And then here is the lesson plans in here. And then here are her worksheets. So these are the ones that she has to complete still, but you'll see she has her own box and she has her weekly papers in there. So my son, I keep his weekly papers for now. My daughter keeps hers. And then I just have this paper clipped in here. This needs a better spot, but this is working out okay. When my son and I do my oldest son now, does his weekly meetings, we go through what he's working on. He has a copy and I have a copy. And then we have our Bible curriculum in the back here. So the kids know in the morning, whoever gets up and gets the table set first, will grab the Bible curriculum and set it out for all of us. Sorry about the shaking there. So that's all that's in this. Let me show you the next thing. So for my two youngest, we have different kinds of school boxes. I know I have another video somewhere where I reset our homeschool last year and just cleaned out their boxes, and this is what they were primarily using. This year, because we're still using the pink tote, they're not using their boxes too much. But I did want to clean it out and give my son a space to put pages that he's not done with and just have his items in. So we cleaned out his box. I think on this bottom tier here is where I'm going to put things that are helpful to him, but we're not necessarily using every day. So things like his abacus, I made this for them. My daughter has one also, but I'm going to put that in here for him. If you're curious how we made this, this was just a wooden frame. And then these back here these were actually wooden skewer sticks. So like barbecue, when you put them on the grill or something, and I cut them down. And then these tiny beads here were, just pony beads that I think I got from the Dollar Tree also. And then I cut it down to size and hot glued it and put 10 different beads on there and made them their own mini abacus so they could have that for math. So that's something he's gonna put down there for him. I'm also going to put in this primary journal. This we kind of use as a thankful journal. So they can draw a picture here and then write down here, and they usually write something they're thankful for. So that's in here, but he doesn't do that daily. Honestly, sadly, we've gotten out of the habit of doing that daily, but that's going to go in here for him as well. And then here's another help thing that I made, but that we don't use every day. So this is a school menu. And what I did was make out these sections where this would be his morning work. It's Velcro again. It works really well for my son. Knowing his school schedule or knowing his daily routine. So my youngest son is on the spectrum, and that's why we have different type things for him. But we'll go back and forth and switch it up, because sometimes he just needs that. He needs to switch up how we're doing, because he becomes bored, but then at the same time he needs routine. It's a whole thing. We just have to feel it out and see what we're doing. So at some points he uses a school menu. Here's where we put what morning work he has to do. So sometimes it's a morning binder that I've created for him. Alphabet practice or handwriting practice. He had a dry erase sheet, or sometimes he has a magnetic board, so we'll put that there. Right now he's doing handwriting without tears, so that picture would go there. Then this was just a file folder, a plastic file folder. So I taped this sheet to it. When you opened it, I had a piece of a file folder in here with Velcro in case there was extra work or a field trip or something different that was going on that day that I needed to slide in, didn't have room for. But typically all it has, he's playing a computer reading eggs next to me, but typically it's got let's learn here, math, and then we would write. When he finished math, he could take it off, or like I said, if we had a different picture, sometimes we would have a Moffat Girls picture or something like that, he would have the actual picture of his curriculum or whatnot, what he needs here. Reading, you can see we had an all about reading picture, and then he was also doing this ready to read bundle as well. And then that's just kind of how the day went. And then it says quiet time, because following schoolwork we were supposed to get to quiet time, and then he was able to pick which quiet time activity he wanted to do and put it on there. And then on the back, I just had a page that said kids specials. When our work is done, it's time to have more fun, and he could pick his free time activity he wanted to do or what he was working for on there. So since we're not using this every day, but I don't want to lose this because I have a feeling he might want to come back to this, I'm going to stick this on the bottom portion of his work as well. So in the top one here, what I'm going to place for him for now is his little box. This box just has little tools that he needs throughout the day, and it can be his because we spend so much time looking for a pencil, looking for crayons, looking for, all the things. Okay, this has his scissors, glue stick, pencils. These pencils, I know in a different video, probably the bin video or something like that, I showed where I took the My First pencils and cut them in half to make 2 little ones for him because they're pretty long pencils. And then you take into account that they're chubbier ones for their hands to hold. And I just felt like having an extra long pencil and trying to write with that was difficult. So I cut it down shorter for them, and I made 2 out of 1. So this will be the top half of the pencil, and this was the second half of the pencil, and I just put an eraser on top and sharpen them both. So he's got some of those in there. His glue stick, like I said, colored pencils, because that's what he's enjoying coloring with right now instead of crayons. And then the kids like these colored, like multicolored pencils. Sometimes I'll let him do his work in this, or handwriting practice or something like that. So he's got all this little tools that he needs right up in here. And then if he has worksheets that he's only doing one side of the worksheet for the day, he can put it in here. Or if he's got a project that's ongoing for the week, he can put that in here and know where it's at. That's the plan anyways for now. And then it all gets, it's clean, it's done, it's a nice fresh reset. I think it'll be good for us. Now my daughter's bin is a little bit different. It's just got this top tray. And she has right now, we could probably do another clean out of hers, but we just have a pencil for her. She's been enjoying writing with an erasable pen, and this is a dry erase marker. These are just tracing numbers, so when she needs a little, she wants to practice writing the directions of her numbers. Sometimes she gets them still mixed up, so I have her practice writing her numbers. She can either do it on here with the dry erase, or she can write on a piece of paper. This is just a little math game that we have there when she's sitting waiting for us. She finished her work for her day, so it is not the neatest that it's been, but this is her handwriting book she just finished. She says she's going to put this in her bookshelf, so I'm going to give that to her to remind her to do that. But she's got in here, I have given her some file folders, and in here we have her work for the week. So like I said, she just finished her handwriting joke book. That's how she's practicing handwriting right now. And I printed out the next one for her and got it in this folder. So in the mornings, she knows when she gets onto her individual time, she will grab her folders and just kind of go through her folders. This folder, we are working on writing. And so that's what's in here. This is her reading book that she's reading right now. She keeps that in there. This is her abacus. You can see that she has decorated and colored, and she wrote her numbers on here. That's fine, because this is theirs and it was theirs to do with. So that's hers. Then she just has, like I said, her individual work. So she's working on Worldly Wise. These are math sheets she finished. Like I said, for her, I went ahead and gave her her math for the week in here. So we are working on different ways of subtracting, and this was the little poster for the Moffat Girls section. So I just clipped it on here to the front, so when she's sitting down and she has all her file folders out, she's on math, she can take her page out that she's working on for that week. So she's got her math pages tucked away in here. This is what we're using for her planner notebook right now. We write down what we're doing for the day. Sometimes I'll write her little notes in here as well. If you want to know more about my kids' planners and how we do daily planners with them, let me know. This is her kind of her daily planner. This is another math worksheet that we're not working on right now. So this goes on top because we're not working on this right now, but we have that there for reference. Underneath that, it's sort of separating our math centers that we are doing for the week. So I have that down here, and then she has some completed pages and projects that she is working on that are not complete. So that kind of works like her second level. And then it all gets tucked back in here. I'm trying to get us back into the habit of cleaning it out over the weekend, making sure that everything's neat and tidy and ready to go for the upcoming week. But that is their school boxes, the littles. That's kind of how we reset. What it basically did was went through our school supplies and our main school areas, like portable areas, so crates and boxes, and I give it a good clean out. I got our subjects in order. I do have our science, but that's in a different section and it hasn't really changed. I think I might even have a video on that. I'll try to link that for you too if you want to go back. Try not to repeat too many of the things that we've done, which is why I keep referencing you back to other videos. That gives us a quick reset as we get ready to go on with our school year. I know that sometimes like after the holidays, and then for us we go into the birthday season, but there's this weird period in between Christmas and my daughter's birthday is the end of January. So there's this weird like, I don't want to get back to school. For all of us, all these feelings, right? So this gives us a little reset, clears us out, gets us excited and remotivated to get going with our school year in the new year. I hope that this was helpful to you and that you enjoyed this video. If you did, would you be sure to give it a thumbs up? It helps our channel and helps me know what kind of content you're looking for and enjoying here on the channel. And as always, in case you don't know or you just need to be reminded, maybe the one to tell you you are deeply and truly loved and so appreciated. I really appreciate you taking your time out and hanging out with me here. Thank you so much for watching.